folks, and welcome to another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. I'm just always trying to think of a new way to introduce it. You know, it's kind of hard to just have a brand new intro. How are you supposed to build upon welcome to the podcast you downloaded? I don't know, it's kind of hard.
John, you gotta have a whole Las Vegas kind of slot machine thing going where you're like, welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo podcast, and then there's it's like ding ding ding, and it's like all these sound effects going off, and that's just how every podcast needs to start. You hear coins clinking, all the slot machine sound effects and everything, and get people really hyped, and then we talk about
Duke Nukem.
Yeah, thank you.
Everyone will be real excited about that. But, folks, you may have just noticed that you just heard a voice that hasn't been around in quite some time. So we have Michael and Ryan, the usual boys.
Oh yeah. But, call me Kevin Spacey because I'm a usual suspect.
Fuck off. I gotta go.
We have a classic.
I quit.
Come on, we have a classic boy joining us once again. Niall's back.
How's it going? I'm back.
It's going great, especially that you're actually on the show this week instead of me just yelling at, almost disembodied at you to just, Niall, please do this, do that, and then you don't. So now you can tell me no in person. It's very exciting. Now, Niall, I would love to talk to you first and catch up with you first, but I kind of want to save you for last because you've been playing a very big game that I want you to. I want you to talk about that, but I want to save it for last. I want to leave everyone anticipating. I want to leave them waiting. So
that's me.
So.
Licking my lips.
Don't do that.
Don't lick in anticipation.
You lick your lips wrong. That's not what you're. That's too much.
Just
it's like you're hitting bone or something. No.
But you
Ryan
don't,
just has huge bones in his lips.
Yeah, you guys don't have lip bones.
Wait a minute. Ryan, are you like a duck?
Am I a duck? It's more like a fish sound.
I'm not a duck. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
It's like we just caught you and threw you on the fucking pier.
Yeah. I'm gasping for breath. Yeah, that's me.
All right.
Off
great.
to a good start.
Talking about fish dying on piers and smacking our lips. Hell yeah. Ryan, how about we talk to you first because you're being the most disgusting.
Is this my punishment, John?
Yes it is. Yes it is.
Great. All right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, what have you been up to lately?
Well, I've been up to, again, as always, a lot of schoolwork, but I did kind of have a break this last week after I turned in my various projects. One of them was an editing project where I had to cut together a scene in a convenience store from some movie from the 90s called Dreamcatcher. Not to be confused with the Stephen King Dreamcatcher, but I don't know. I don't think it's a very good movie. I've never seen the full thing, but the footage we have to work with isn't very good. But, it was pretty satisfying because I still managed to work the musical magnum opus Roland Air Raid Vehicle by Limp Bizkit into the footage for this editing project, which is a bit of an anachronism because this movie came out in the mid-90s and Roland wasn't released until I think 2000, but hey, no one's gonna know this. So I did that. I also had some time to do some interior decorating, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't know if I've ever talked about this on the podcast before, but as most people are, I am inclined to decorate the space around me with posters and pieces of art and other such things, and
art.
All four walls of my room have stuff on them. I've got an Alien poster, John Carpenter's The Thing poster, 2 Swans posters, a Twin Peaks poster, a Sun poster, Haunted Mansion postcards, just all kinds of stuff. But really my bread and butter as a human being as to what makes me just a little bit more unique than some people, but not as unique as other people, is that I have acquired a taste, a little smacker, a little smack for what people may call thrift store art.
Oh no!
Yeah. So one of my favorite pastimes, and this is really sort of a hit and miss kind of thing, because when you go to thrift stores, there are 3 categories of stuff you'll find. There's the, oh my god, this is amazing, I can't believe they have this here category of, like, legitimately good stuff. Then there's the category that's like, this is complete garbage, like, I see these 5 VHS copies of Titanic in, like, every thrift store I've ever been to. Like, that kind of stuff. But then there's this great sweet spot right in the middle, where you go to a thrift store, and you find something that's so baffling, so outside the canon of what most people would consider to be in good taste or in the realm of sane decorating, that you just can't help but wonder, why would somebody do this? Why would somebody make this, and not only make it, but how did it end up here in this thrift store? So, as you might be guessing, this whole story is kind of a wind-up to a particular artifact, we'll call it, that I've recently hung on the walls in my home. So there's really no way to set this up other than that I went to the thrift store in my parents' hometown a while back, which is out in the middle of nowhere, kind of in East Texas, a very conservative, very, like, stereotypical Texas town. Everybody's got cowboy hats, a lot of farmers, that kind of thing. So, when you go to a thrift store there, you expect to see a lot of, like, art of, like, the Ten Commandments, like prairie landscapes, cows, local football teams, like, that kind of thing. But one day, when we went to go visit this thrift store, I believe it was at the local Goodwill. It may have been at the local Can Helpers, which is a similar institution. I found a picture. It's in a very nice frame. It's in this nice hefty golden frame, very, very high quality. And what this picture is it is a picture of the Geico Gecko standing in front of, like, an office desk with a frame around it. So what I have in my possession now is a framed picture of a framed picture of the Geico Gecko, which is not only double framed, but is offset within the frame. So there's a lot of, like, weird white space, and of course I fell in love with it. I saw this and my mind was so boggled that I knew I had to pay the $1.50 to own this thing, and so I did. I bought it. I own it. I didn't change it at all. I didn't recenter the picture in the frame. I didn't, like, trim the trim or anything like that. And I found the perfect place to hang this picture of the Geico Gecko, which
where's
was
that?
Oh,
where would that be?
Michael, I'm glad you asked, because this double-framed picture of the Geico Gecko is now hanging directly above my toilet in my bathroom. So every time I go in the middle of the night, stumbling at 2 a.m. to, take a big piss, I flip on the light switch, and there he is, ready to sell me some insurance as I whip it out and just empty that bladder right into the bowl. He has become the patron saint of the porcelain temple, if you will. this Geico Gecko. So that was kind of an exciting development in my life to finally have that thing hanging up somewhere in my apartment. I was pretty dead set on hanging it above the toilet, like, the day I brought it home, and that was, like, 2 months ago. So it's been a long time coming. And, that's about the most interesting thing that's happened to me this week. I'm sorry, Joe.
Ryan,
yeah.
Ryan, you should be incarcerated.
Yeah.
I should be incarcerated, really. Do you think that when aliens come down to visit Earth and they hold humanity trial for, like, crimes against the universe, they'll, like, shuffle around, like, bring out Exhibit B, and they'll, like, pull it out of the manila folder with their alien hands, and it's, like, a picture of my toilet with, like, the Geico Gecko mounted above it? And then they'll just end the trial there and just annihilate humanity because I have a picture of the Geico Gecko in 2 different frames hanging above my toilet bowl.
I will welcome it.
No. Well, yes, Niall, you're right. But no, because it would be Exhibit A.
Yeah, true.
In college, we hung a poster of Jack Johnson, the singer, in front of the toilet or behind the toilet.
Great.
Yeah,
nice.
It was specifically because we did not like Jack Johnson.
Yeah,
So.
this is just like, it's funny for me because I don't dislike the Geico Gecko, but it's just like one of those things, like
I mean, you get to see your pee-pee every day, so you must enjoy him on some level.
Well,
he gets to watch you bathe.
It was more for the fact that like it fits like perfectly in the little space between the top of my toilet and like the cabinet that's above it. And like there's literally no other place in my room for me to put it because I have so much stuff on the walls in here. And also when people come to visit, I want them to come to the bathroom and ask me about it so I can like just laugh at them. So
I only have one question.
Yeah, of course.
Do you actually have Geico insurance?
I do.
Holy shit.
I absolutely do.
I don't know why, but that's a relief.
See,
I can't
that
tell
makes
you
it
why.
worse for me.
See, the big
Does it?
question. Well, here. I'll ask this. I'll ask this, and then I will wrap this up and move on because we really do need to move on. As much as I'd like to revel in this. My question is, who in their right mind would have constructed this in the first place? Who thought it was a good idea to print out a framed picture of the Geico Gecko, put that framed picture in a frame off-center with missized trim around it, and then decide, you know what? Maybe this wasn't the best decorating decision, and then dump that off at the thrift store. That's the real mystery
Beelzebub.
here. I just bought the
Satan.
thing.
The guy who
It was Aaron.
the guy who created the Geico Gecko is the one who did that.
Yeah.
It was Aaron Esurance.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that, like in Hellraiser.
general.
It's gonna be like in Hellraiser. Like I'm gonna pick it up one day, and then a gate to hell's gonna open, and Pinhead's gonna come out. He's like, "Oh, you fucked up. We made this picture of the Geico Gecko because we never thought anybody would buy it, but now we have to take you to hell because of what you've done." But anyway,
it's government tracked as GPS in it. And FBI's gonna show up at your door and like, "Sir, you have to come with us."
yeah, I'm on the watch list now. But anyway, I need to move on. Yeah. But
man, this man's getting up at 2 a.m. He really needs. He's young. He needs to check.
Yeah, he needs to get a prostate check. But
Yeah.
anyway, so there's been that. I've also been dealing with a lot of like weird sinus pressure lately, so if I sound kind of congested, that's why. But I'm happy to report, John, that I have played a game for this week.
What the fuck? Which one?
I played a single game. And I don't know when the embargo is for this game. Actually, I don't even know if it like has an embargo or anything.
Which game is it?
It's this game called Cluster Truck.
There is no embargo for that game.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm sure I am. But I started playing this game. It would have been 2 days ago because I got the code on the 20th. Well, at the time of this recording, it would have been 2 days ago. The game comes out on the 27th, so it'll be pretty up close to when this episode gets published. I think in like the next few days or so. But so what this game is it is a physics-based platformer where all the platforms, are moving. It's like a moving caravan of like 18-wheelers, basically.
I believe it is a convoy.
Yes, yeah.
As someone who's from Texas, you should know what a bunch of trucks are called.
I'm sorry, Michael. I'll just call them a flock. But so anyway,
Okay.
you're on the top of this flock of trucks, and you have to move from the top of the truck to the top of the truck to like get to the end of the level. But it's not like Frogger, which I thought it was going to be, where you have to like jump from one side to the other side like as the trucks move. You like basically surf on top of the trucks going forward like as they move towards the goal. And I haven't played a whole lot of it. I've played through like the first two worlds maybe. The first one's like a desert world. I don't know, maybe I'm just not the kind of audience for that game, but I just think it's okay. Like, it's not bad. It's not great either. I think a lot of the problems with it... Here's the interesting thing. Do y'all remember when I played Omnibus earlier this year? Mm-hmm. Did I ever talk about that on the podcast? Well, it's kind of like Omnibus, for those of you who played that, where a lot of the problems that game runs into is it's this inherently chaotic system where all these trucks are moving forward in like this physics engine. So, the movement isn't always exactly the same every time, but it expects you to jump with fairly precise aiming, like in this extremely chaotic game. And so what that results in, and maybe I'm just not good at this game, that could very well be a possibility, but what it results in my experience, is you just keep trying to go through these levels, and you're jumping from truck to truck to truck, but it's really hard to aim yourself at these trucks. There's like a shift button that launches you further to run, I suppose, but because it's in first person, you don't have like any arms or like legs or anything. You're basically just like a moving camera. So it's not easy to get like a sense of yourself in the world, I suppose. And in my experience, that makes it a little bit more difficult to like jump from platform to platform, especially when these moving platforms, these trucks, are in like such a chaotic dynamic as that game is. So, like I said, I don't hate the game. I think it's fun, but the thing is that much like Omnibus, I think it's very much a game that's geared towards Twitch streamers and video producers, that they can play and like react to all the deaths, react to like the absurdity of it, react to the fact that it's called Cluster Truck. Like there's no shortage, and I think it's compounded by the fact that game, which isn't even out yet, like in its beta, came with built-in Twitch streaming integration and has all these Twitch dynamics that let people from the chat like tell the person who's playing it like what they want to see out of the game. Like it's like that thing, what was that platform we talked about a while back where you could tell people who are doing the video, like issue them challenges and that kind of stuff? It's like I think it's called Curse. Is that what it was called? Or Hex or something? But it's like that.
Curse was like the no. Yeah,
whatever.
I know what you mean.
Anyway, the game has an integration where it's very Twitch heavy. And so all that combined makes me think that this, much like how Omnibus felt to me, is a game where somebody came up with like a funny concept, like, oh, it's called Cluster Truck, and you jump across trucks, and they made a game out of it, and they were like, perfect, people will think this is hilarious, let's put it out so people can play it on Twitch and get a whole bunch of press for it, without actually making sure the gameplay was solid enough to carry like an experience divorced from that context, I think. But
we actually played that at E3.
Really? What did you think of it?
I mean, I also got a code for it, and I have not played as far as you have. So I think the finished product has more levels. I think, I don't know. At E3 we were playing like one after another on a laptop in the middle of a hotel lobby. So
yeah.
I do know that I won't like spoil any levels or anything, but it gets a little more complicated and like more puzzly.
Yeah, I kind of figured it would.
Yeah, and there's a couple kind of more to your point. There's like a couple kind of callbacks to other games that seem really on the nose and like really like, hey guys, video games, Twitch, right? And people like freak out if they're like, oh, it's just like this other. It's it's a shame they lean so far into it because it's a neat idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think once I get a little further into it, I may pick up on it a little more. But I also think I'm just bad at those kinds of games in the first place. But I don't know. That's kind of my preliminary opinion on it. I should have a review up by the time it actually comes out, and I'm sure that'll be a lot more in depth and nuanced, I suppose. So that's Cluster Truck from like 50,000 feet, basically. Just like a little taste.
Stop doing that.
Taste of that game.
Stop. You fucking stop.
Stop it.
Get the flavor of Cluster Truck. But
find you and beat the shit out of you.
That's pretty much all I have to say about it. I'll agree with you, Michael. I've seen some of the later levels, and they look like they really kind of expound on it. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's that. That's me in a week. So
yeah, there's a really neat level in that game and they actually got permission from them to do this, but there is a super hot level.
Oh, okay.
Where the trucks only move when you move, and that's pretty cool.
Sure. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I'm hoping I'll enjoy it a little bit more as I move on. But my first impression wasn't, like I said, it wasn't horrible. I know I'm sounding really critical about it, but that's just kind of the way I talk about stuff.
Sure, no, that's fine.
But you know, hopefully I'll get into it a little bit more because I do like the concept. It's got a lot of promise, but
right,
you know, so.
All right, thanks a bunch. Now,
Yeah.
Michael,
Yes.
do you have any updates for us?
About
Your life, games.
no, I don't know. I've been going. Still
Have you
alive.
been?
Still alive. So life is going as it is. I am alive.
All right,
Good.
Thanks.
Good.
Have you been playing any games lately?
Not a lot.
Tell us which ones you have been playing, though.
I finished that sorcery game. I can actually say I like that game now. If
Yeah,
it
you
wasn't
can.
apparent before. Yeah, I finished that game, and the reviews on the site, and I won't
Yes.
talk too much about it, but Part 4 is really good. If you're thinking about getting that game, I would say either pick up the first Parts 1 and 2 come together, like go ahead and pick that up, and if you really like it, keep going. But if you just want to buy one part, I would say either 3 or 4.
Okay.
But they also are, I didn't realize this, they're cross-save, because they also come out on mobile and Mac and stuff. And when you beat a section, it just gives you a code, like a 5-digit, or no, it's like 8-digit something code that you just put in. So if you buy one on one thing, it's, you know, it just carries over. Or you can just, you know, steal other people's saves. What else? Don't think I played much else other than Kingdom, New Lands. I'm trying to think if I played anything else. I didn't. I did find a game that I played as a kid, and I didn't know that. I never knew the name of it.
Was it
And
BattleBots?
It was not BattleBots.
Okay.
It was an adventure game, and for a very long time I could picture it in my head, and people would always bring up old adventure games that were like fantasy based, and I'd always get like a little hint of like nostalgia in there, but it would never be the game. And I finally this weekend just kind of looked up a list of adventure games that came out in the 90s on Macintosh and found it, and it's actually on GOG. It's called Inherit the Earth.
Okay.
And after watching a bit of it, I think it's just a bunch of furries.
Nice. Sure.
All right.
Like it starts like you're a fox, and there's a rat, and there's a deer person, and a pig person, and I think that game is just like furries light.
Sure.
You learned something
Yeah.
about yourself.
I have a history with furries.
No hate.
And then I haven't played that game. I want to get that game just to have it, just to say
Sure.
I
Yeah.
have that game.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been Kingdom New Lands, which I think they talked about either in the Beastcast or the Bombcast, and it was sitting in my Steam wish list for a long time because I looked at it and kind of read descriptions, and it was like, that looks neat, that's relatively cheap, I will get it eventually. And when I heard someone describing it, I wasn't really paying attention. I just heard like bits and pieces. I was like, all right, I'm going to bite the bullet. That game is really fun. I guess it's a roguelike. It's kind of roguelike tower defense. You are a king or queen, and you... the story is real vague. You have to protect your crown, and you kind of are introduced to this new area, and there's money on the ground. You pick up the money, and the money will build things for you. So you build a fire. You find these peasants who are like begging for money, and you toss them money, and they become kind of like your workers. You buy a bow, one of them picks up a bow. You buy a hammer, one of them picks up a hammer. You tell them, hey, this mound of dirt, build a wall. Hey, this rock, build a tower. And you just slowly expand out, and it has a day-night cycle. And every night, a group of enemies that get more powerful every day will come and attack you. So you have to slowly expand, and every time you expand, like the camp where you're getting new peasants to come be your workers will disappear if you expand too much. The merchant who gives you money every day and you pay to run off into the woods and come back and give you more money, if you expand too far, his house will disappear. You'll find like a derelict boat, and you need to build it up piece by piece. I have no clue what it does because I've never built it up. You have to like upgrade your walls and upgrade your towers and continue to find new people. You find like chests in the middle of the woods filled with money. You find like weird idols in the middle of the wood that if you upgrade the idol, it turns from wood to stone, and then you can upgrade your walls to stone, which was something I didn't know until I couldn't upgrade my walls. It's a weird game, but it like communicates almost nothing to you. Even you don't know how many workers you have, you don't know how many archers you have, other than what you can see. Your money is represented by what's in a pouch, and you can just kind of eyeball it, like, oh, it looks like I have 4, so I can upgrade this thing. And if you have too much money, it will bounce off the top and just like spill out on the floor. Mm-hmm. So you can't even have too much money. You have to always be spending. You almost have to have a balance in your economy. You can't just store coins. So it's a neat little game. I think it came out this year, so maybe we'll talk about it in a couple months. But because because in a couple months,
what's in a couple months?
Game of the year. It's game of the year.
Yeah. I'm so ready.
Just like
to
making
talk
John
about
angry.
Game of the Year.
But that's it. I haven't, not a lot of games. I played some Rare Replay because, I don't know, I wanted to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm going to talk about what I've been doing real quick.
Great.
Make you wait for Niall.
Talk about
it.
Yeah, make me wait.
I just played a little bit more Spirited Justice. I still like that game. It's a Phoenix Wright game. You know what it is. You know how it goes.
You know what it is.
Disgusting.
But you mentioned that people on other podcasts inspired you to get a game. So many people were talking about Picross 3D that now I didn't go and buy Picross 3D, even though that's exactly what everyone was talking about. I went, you know what? I'm going to try Picross and see if I like it, and then maybe I'll jump into something more challenging afterwards.
Picross 3D isn't like harder.
I mean, yeah, but I'm an idiot, so it'll probably be harder for me.
All right.
But so I was like, at least more deep, more dense.
You can't get more dense than 3 dimensions.
Yeah, you're right. But I went ahead and said, I'm just gonna try something before I spend $30 on it, see if I like it. So when I went and I downloaded the Pokemon Picross game because that's free. It's free to play, so it has some kind of, I wouldn't say like terrible, but it has the hooks where it's like, you can pay to keep playing for today, or you need to wait 2 hours for your energy bar to refill.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And you can use Pokemon as power-ups that'll help you, solve a couple of rows before you start, or give you hints on which row needs to get filled in right now, and stuff like that. And once you use that ability, you can't use it again for another hour, unless you use a potion, which you can buy for some in-game money that you'll pick up every once in a while for doing challenges, or by spending money. I haven't run out of any of the in-game currency yet, because they give you a shit ton right at the beginning, and I haven't really, needed to use all of it yet. But there's, 20-something levels or worlds in the game, and I'm only on, the 3rd one, and you actually have to use the in-game currency to open up each new world. So eventually it's going to be I'm out of in-game currency, and I might have to spend money or something like that. But I don't know, I just kind of messed with that a little bit because it's the free-to-play stuff kind of, I don't know if I'd say it turns me off, but I'm just I don't know, it makes me a little nervous to be oh god, if I can't figure this out, and if I run out of in-game currency, I'm gonna be stuck. It made me a little nervous. So then I remembered, oh yeah, there was that Picross game that they were giving out on My Nintendo, that Twilight Princess one. Let me see if I have enough My Nintendo coins to download it. And sure enough, I did. And that's also a perfect, it's just a perfectly good collection of Picross puzzles. It's a lot more, I don't know if I'd say fair, but the option to use hints is, like, it's very simple. All it does is it just randomly chooses 2 rows and just gives them to you. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's a lot easier to do than just, like, oh, here's this Pokemon that'll just randomly choose 5 spots on the puzzle. I shouldn't have assumed that everyone who's listening knows what Picross is. It's a lot like Sudoku, except instead of getting like a list of numbers, you want to either fill in or leave a space blank, and it's usually 10 by 10 puzzles. And on the top and the left of the grid are a collection of numbers, and those numbers correspond to the spaces that you have to fill in. So say, for example, if the number is, if it says like 1 and then 2 and then 2 and then 1, you have to fill in one square, then skip a square, and then somehow find where there are 2, and then you have to skip squares. Like, it's all about filling the puzzle to make an image, and you have to skip certain squares and fill in certain squares. And I just feel like the Twilight Princess game is just a little bit better at it's a little bit better at like risk and reward, because you can kind of just throw something out there and it'll detract points from you, because there's an in-game clock and it says you have an hour to clear this puzzle. Mm-hmm. But if you get a square wrong, it'll say, oh, that's plus 2 minutes. You get another square, oh, that's plus 4 minutes, and it doubles every time you get a square wrong. So, eventually if you get like 10 wrong, you go over an hour, and you can still finish the puzzle, but you won't get a color version of the image. So you want to actually finish the puzzle within the hour so you can really see what it looks like.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I just feel like it's a little bit better at like letting you experiment a little bit, letting you fuck up, and giving you a little bit more of a push if you want it. Like it asks you at the beginning of the puzzle, do you want to use the hint or not? And you can say no if you are good at it, but if you're like me, then you're going to say yes because you need it. But no, I'm starting to like Picross. It's fun. Yes.
Just get Picross 3D. Like if you want to get rid of all this free to play stuff and the weird hint systems, like straightforward Picross 3D.
I probably will. I want to finish the Twilight Princess one at least first. Like, I mean, it was free, and sure. It doesn't have any of the it doesn't have the free to play hooks. It's just free.
Yeah. More of that would be Picross 3D.
All right, yeah, I'll probably look into that once I'm done with the Twilight Princess one. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. It's my last week of work at my current job, nice. So I'm thinking I might take a little break from responsibility for like a week or so. So maybe I'll stream or something next week. I want to have some fun. But I'll think about that later. I'll keep y'all posted. But that's pretty much been it from me. Niall, my friend.
John.
It's time to talk to you. What has been going on?
Well, speaking of taking a little time off, I've been off for the last week and a half from work myself, which is why I'm on this episode.
Yes.
So I've been catching up on a lot of stuff. I've been watching a lot of shows, playing a lot of games, just trying to clear out some of my backlog on different things, I guess. It's hard to know where to start, really. So I guess I'll leave the big one till last, I suppose.
Yes.
So I've been watching the second season of Fargo, because I missed it while it was airing. That show is really, really incredible. I really loved the first season, but I never got to see the second, and now that I'm really excited for the third. Like, I've been just powering through that. I think I'm on the last episode, so I should be finishing it tonight. probably.
Yeah, that's a show I've heard a lot about.
Yeah,
and it's been on my list for a while.
Yeah,
same.
I think Ryan, especially, you would really, really like that show. Did you see? Did you see the first season or?
No, I haven't watched any of it.
You should watch that. If you like the Fargo movie, you will really like the show.
Okay, sure.
What else? Probably the greatest TV show of all time. Made its return.
Twin Peaks.
No, made its return to the airwaves after a decade. Well, it's not really the same show, but it is. It's an old show that's been repurposed as a segment on a new show, and But about 10 years ago, the world changed for the better, thanks to the work of a great mind, a man named Dr. Christopher Hansen, and his wonderful show To Catch a Predator. It's back on TV under the name Hansen vs. Predator. It is.
Oh, wait, that's such a good
real?
name.
This is real. This is 100% real. He's.
That's such a good name.
It's so good. He's taken over as the host of some shitty syndicated daytime crime show, and they're doing these Hansen vs. Predator segments on them, and it is just as good as it ever was. It is.
How often does he cover himself in mud?
He hasn't done so yet, but they've only done 3 in the last week, so I mean.
So he's time. He has time.
There's plenty of time. Yeah, it's. I missed it so much. I didn't realize how much I missed it until I heard it was coming back, and now that it is back, it's so good. Dudes come in, and there was this one dude went into the bathroom, came out, stick his head out the door to try and look for the light. He just turns, he sees the doctor, and he's like, "Oh fuck."
He asks after they bust him. He asks if he can go back and finish using the bathroom.
Yeah, and they just send him out.
The best part.
They don't let him. It's so good.
So the man still has to poop and has to walk outside.
Yeah, he gets in and he's like, "I've been holding in a piss for 3 hours. Can I please go to the bathroom?" And the decoy is like, "Yeah, sure, it's there." He goes in, he sticks his head out looking for the light, turns, and he's like, "Oh shit." He's like, "I know who you are." It's so good.
It's super satisfying,
It is.
like seeing the sleazeballs get just completely nailed.
It's so good.
It's so good. So good.
And he's apparently going to be going after like online scammers and stuff as well in this new show, as opposed to just the old style Predators. So you could maybe expect to see Mike Cosimano show up at some point. Well-known con man, Mike Cosimano. Yeah, that show is really good. I encourage people to go to YouTube, watch that show. It's good eating.
I know what I'm doing after the podcast.
Hell yeah. But yeah, glad to hear that The Good Doctor is back on the airwaves. Did you get up to any other viewing?
Yeah, actually, I started watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure properly, finally.
Nice,
so it's anime talk now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
fuck off.
He's actively walking away.
Because I was gifted a Crunchyroll subscription for my birthday, so I decided to make use of it.
Nice.
Gifted.
Yeah, gifted.
Bestowed.
I've started JoJo's. I'd watched a couple of episodes of the original series back when it started, but I kind of fell off it. And John had recommended that I could just like jump in on Diamond is Unbreakable, which is the current season. So I did, and that show is a lot of fun. It's really silly, and it's like I love the way it looks. I just love everything about it. Like I kind of regret falling off it in the first place now, because like that show just has such a weird vibe to it. Like it's such its own unique thing that really nothing else is. It's a lot of fun so far. I'm only 10-12 episodes into that, but I'm really enjoying it. I should hopefully.
Are you starting from the very beginning, or 10 episodes into Diamond is Unbreakable?
From the very beginning of Diamond is Unbreakable. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. So you skipped like parts 1, 2, and 3 then.
Yeah. I kind of looked at them and I was like, that's a lot of episodes. And I know Ryan and John love this thing. Understand. And John was like, okay, here's what a stand is. Now you can go watch it.
Yeah.
So.
I'd recommend, if you like the style of that show, then I think you should also watch Part 2, Battle Tendency. But Part 3, Stardust Crusaders, is like really dense. Like, not dense, but there's a lot of episodes for to get caught up on. So
yeah.
But you should watch like Part 2, I think. So
yeah, I agree, because like Part 1 is very like I don't know if I'd say I would. It's pretty bland in what it is. It's a pretty straightforward, just like actiony, like fight this bad guy story. It's good, but it's nothing like amazing. But then Part 2 shows up, and like the main character is just way more fun, and the villains are just insane, and I think that's way more fun. And then Part 3 is good, but it is also just a monster over the week shonen thing, and it's nothing like Part 4, where Part 4 is this just absolutely amazing story of a town.
Yeah. My recommendation, Niall, is that if you get caught up on Part 4, then go back and watch like Part 2, because it's only like 8 episodes or so. It's not that much.
Oh, that's so, I could knock that out in a day. But
it's not a lot.
Yeah, it's half of the first season of of the show. Yeah, because Part 1 and 2 are short enough that they like condensed it into one season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then Part 3 is two seasons.
Yeah. I was kind of like looking at it on Crunchyroll, and I was like, wow, Part 3 is long. How am I going to get through that? If I can just skip Part 3, I might just go back and watch Part 2. Because, I mean, I kind of know the setup of Part 1 anyway, and that, like, I can guess where it kind of goes.
Yeah. It's pretty simple.
Other than that, that's pretty much it as far as watching stuff.
Cool.
I've been playing some games. I've been putting some time into the new Hitman game, which is surprisingly good. I've never been a huge fan of Hitman, but I really like the way this new game is set up. I've kind of had it since it came out. Like, I bought the first episode and I played that, and I thought that was decent. I think the episodic structure of that game really suits it, because being able to just jump in, play through a level, and then kind of take a break for a while, and then a month later another level comes out. Like, I think that actually really works to Hitman's favor. I like the stuff with the elusive targets a lot. Like, it's a nice way to keep things fresh in the downtime. It's kind of been a game that I've been going back and forth with. Like, I would maybe play a game, and then I would play something to do with Hitman in the intermittence between starting another game. Like, it's a good palate cleanser in a weird way. So
did you get to do the mission where you hunt down Gary Busey?
I did, but I didn't manage to kill him, unfortunately. Gary Busey's still around, and it's all my fault.
Gary Busey lives.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys.
Better be sorry.
No, I love Gary Busey. Everyone should love Gary Busey.
Is there anything else that you want to touch on before you drop the ball?
Not really. I think we should get to the big one.
Alright, Niall, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Topps WWE Slam digital trading card app.
Yeah. Do you have a Cody Rhodes? Because he's more valuable now that he's gone.
I don't have any Cody Rhodes. I have a really valuable, or I have a really rare Iron Sheik. If anyone wants to trade me for an Iron Sheik, I've got that.
I have this Hulk Hogan, so we could trade racist for racist, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. There's only something like 300 of those Iron Sheik cards, which...
Wow.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense, because you can just look at all the cards whether you have them or not, so the whole thing is pointless. I don't understand this fucking app. I don't understand why
Vince McMahon will come and beat you up.
Good. I deserve it, but... that app is terrible.
Brock Lesnar's the beast.
Yeah.
That's all he says. I don't know why.
Don't download that app. Don't spend money on it if you do. I didn't spend money on it, thankfully, but... Unless you really want to spend money on JPEGs of Eva Marie,
yeah,
that app.
Now you're talking.
That app is not a good use of your time. Although, is it a good use of your time? No, it's not.
JPEGs of Alexa Bliss, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think... Yeah, you don't even need... I think I have a lot of Alexa Bliss cards, actually, because she's like the most common. Anyone who's been in NXT is super common in that. But I don't get it.
That's a weird insult to, like, NXT.
Yeah, it is.
Samoa Joe, fuck him.
Yeah,
Ugh.
like, you open a pack...
It's a weird insult
like,
to those guys.
Like, every single pack you open has, like, Sawyer Fulton, whoever the fuck that guy is. Like, I don't understand digital trading card apps. Like, it's not like Hearthstone or something where you're at least... Like, it's not a trading card game, it's just open packs and look at the same JPEG with a different color border.
Yeah.
Every time. Don't you really want to spend $100 and best value, guys? You can get like 10 packs for that, and
I'm saving money then.
yeah, and
Yeah,
you can,
yeah, exactly. You should be thanking them, Michael.
yeah. Look at this JPEG of Mojo Rawley that you can spend $100 on.
I'm gonna download this now.
I would love to look at a JPEG of Mojo Rawley, but
Well, you can.
I can do that for free.
Yeah, you can. You can just download the app and you can go to all cards and search Mojo Rawley.
Wait, really?
Yeah. You do not have to own a card to just look at it. You just go to all.
I want to stop talking. About
You just
this
go to
now.
all
Yeah,
cards
please,
and you
please.
type in who you want to look at, and you get the.
When are they coming out with the WWE Pogs game? When's that happening?
Shit. It's so fucking funny. Niall, please, I beg you.
All right.
Yeah.
What is the actual big thing that you play?
I have been playing Persona 5, the big one, the one we've been waiting for years.
Yes.
I remember
Now-
like, when we all joined the site, or when Michael and I joined the site in like January last year. In that first fucking meeting we had, people were fighting over who got to review Persona 5 that summer.
Oh my god.
We were doing it earlier this year too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to review Persona 5 this year.
Yep.
I can't wait until we have our first meeting of the year and we have that fight again.
It's going to be me.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be you because you're playing through it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard to talk about this without spoiling it. So I'm gonna do my best to dance around the details in as many ways
Yeah,
as
you
I
better
can.
dance all night around those details.
Yeah.
Fuck off, lip smacker.
All right, we got a name for the podcast this week. Fuck off, lip
my
smacker.
God.
There we go.
Stop.
So yeah, I guess the first thing to note is that it sure is a Persona game.
Sure.
It starts abysmally slowly. Like, it is
Yeah, well, of course.
so slow to start. Even slower than Persona 4, which is kind of surprising because those first, 15 to 20 minutes of Persona 5, you're actually playing the game and you're actually doing stuff, and then you're basically sitting around for 5 hours reading through text and listening to conversations and world building, and it's really, really slow to get started. Once it does get started, it feels in many ways like a, I suppose, natural evolution of Persona 4 in a lot of ways. It keeps the majority of the systems from Persona 5 or 4, although it re-adds the demon negotiating from the earlier Persona games. So, you know how in Persona 4 you weaken an enemy, you knock them down, and then you get to do your big kill move, I guess?
All out attack.
Yeah. Aha, now is our chance.
Yeah, this time when you do that, you get the choice of whether you want to execute the enemy or negotiate with the enemy to join you as a persona. It works really nicely. I think it's very, very fluid in terms of how combat is structured. It feels like a lot of the clunkier elements of Persona 4's combat have been kind of cleaned up and, just streamlined a little bit, which is a welcome thing, because at times that game's combat could kind of drag a little bit. I was worried initially that you didn't have control over your AI teammates, but you do eventually get it. Like those first few battles, you don't, but then you're still being tutorialized like 5-6 hours in. So once that stuff kind of goes away, you do get full control. I'm playing it on PS3, and even on that, like, it looks really fantastic. Like, it is just dripping with style, like, in every single way you could want. It is, like, gorgeous. It is really like they took the sort of style of Persona 4 and the style of Catherine and just kind of smashed them together in a way that actually feels really coherent. There's some really nice transitions in loading screens, even, like, everything just kind of pops off the screen. It's really bright, like the color palette of red and black and white and yellow together just really kind of pops off the screen. It looks phenomenally good, even on on a decade-old console, which is great. I do have some concerns over the game, though. It is quite dark, especially compared to Persona 4. It's much more tonally in line with Persona 3 and the other older Shin Megami Tensei games. So if the thing you liked about Persona 4 was sort of its lighthearted nature, the fact that it kind of didn't take itself super seriously, you had characters who were, immediately very likable. You don't really have that, at least at the outset, in Persona 5. I mean, I've only played maybe 15 hours, so there's a lot to go, but every time I kind of feel like the game is lightening up, it pulls something where it makes me go, oh, okay, I guess this is still dark. I think a lot of it is going to rest on the translation. I really hope, like, they handle that well, but I mean, when you play Persona 4, like, immediately you have, Yosuke getting stuck in trash cans, needing to piss, you have Chie, beating the shit out of people. It's a game that, even in its score and soundtrack, it's very light, it's very breezy. Persona 5 really kind of isn't so far, so I could almost...
You're still in high school and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, you're totally in high school, yeah.
Okay. I just, like, I associate, because I only watched Persona 4 and played it, like, I haven't played 3 or really many of the other Shin Megami Tensei games. Like, I just associate that brightness and all the color palette, I associate that with Persona. Sure. So the idea that all washes away is kind of shitty.
Yeah, the whole, like, brightness and that kind of vibe is very much a Persona 4 kind of thing. There are times when it does rear its head in Persona 5, but it is much more along the lines of Persona 3, I would say, than Persona 4. It's not quite as edgy or trying to be edgy as Persona 3. Like, you're not summoning personas by shooting yourself in the head in this game, so there is that. And to be fair, like, the actual character designs have a lot of personality and a lot of pop to them. It's just, I guess, the framing of the early game is quite dark in its subject matter, and even as somebody, like, who doesn't speak perfect Japanese or read perfect Japanese, and there are things I'm undoubtedly missing because of that, or misinterpreting, like, it is still there are things that sort of transcend language, let's say, like, very visual things that happen that are very obviously, like, pretty serious subject matter, which, is another thing that I think you could, again, is very Persona, is that it is about as subtle as a car crash.
Yeah.
Which it always has been, even in Persona 4. Like, everything with Naoto and Kanji could not have been less subtle in that game, and there is plenty of stuff in this game that is so upfront with all its metaphor visually that there really is no kind of room to interpret it otherwise, I guess.
Sure.
But yeah, so I'm not 100% sold on the game just yet. I really like the way it plays. I think the characters, once they do start to develop, start to, be a little deeper, I guess, or seem to be a little deeper and more complex than previous games in the series. But man, that first few hours is such a bummer at times. It's very heavy-handed in the worst way at times, and I just hope that a lot of that is me misinterpreting it based on the fact that my Japanese isn't amazing, and I really think how that game is translated to English is going to be what makes it live or die, basically, when it comes out over here.
Sure.
Alright, thanks a bunch, Niall, for the Persona 5 update there.
I'm going to hopefully do a bit of a write-up on it. I don't know how much more I'm going to play.
Yeah.
Because I want to save some stuff for the English release, but I will hopefully organize my thoughts a little bit better into an article on the site that maybe might be up by the time this goes up. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Alright, well, thank you very much.
No problem.
I got a Dana Brooke card.
Oh, Christ.
What color is it?
Big show. Green.
Green, oh, that's rare.
I have a teal Emma
And it's uncommon.
and an orange Seth
I
Rollins.
think that's like a super rare.
Where's Cybernet on this one?
It's-
Come on, we
it's a
gotta
good app.
get the YouTube. We gotta get the YouTube personalities in on this app.
Hey guys, here's another 4-hour unboxing of my WWE Topps Superstar Supercard 4 stars in Video Game Choo Choo.
Let's move on to news before I die.
It is better than Supercard, I'll give it that.
Low bar.
Not according to Video Game Choo Choo.
Well, we haven't reviewed it yet.
I'm gonna say something right now. I honestly
Let's go to news.
don't believe you.
We
Let's
gotta
move on to
John,
news.
Let's go to
John,
news.
We have to move on.
Yeah, we're like
we
an
have
hour
to
I know,
move on.
I know. We're going to. I know. I'm just saying. I just wanted to throw it out there.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's do news.
Jesus.
Ryan, for fuck's sake, do news. What's
Okay,
your news?
I'm gonna power through this. I'm gonna go through this news like I'm the Flash who just drank 3 5-hour energies. Okay, so Steam, the PC gaming
Never heard of
platform. Yeah, well, you should have. So they've got this thing they introduced not too long ago called reviews. There are game reviews on Steam. They've been around for a little while. These game reviews, some people don't take them seriously. That's okay. What happens with these game reviews is that people put the reviews in, and then it gives the game a score like overall positive, very
You
positive,
don't need
mostly
to
positive,
explain
very
how reviews
negative.
work. Keep going.
Okay, listen. Okay,
for fuck's
so,
sake.
Take a
So-
breath. Don't talk like you're going a million miles per hour.
So
Talk
Steam,
like a normal
so
person.
Valve got tired of
This
basically
is
what
killing
happened.
me. This is killing me.
Michael, if you would shut up, I would read the news. Okay? Okay. So Valve got sick of developers apparently publishing fraudulent reviews. Developers, I guess, they would give out keys of the game and have people say, yeah, this is a great game, even though they hadn't, played it or anything, to fraudulently bump up the overall score of the review. So, what Valve's initial change to this was, I guess last week, was that they decided to remove any reviews on store pages that had been made on copies of games that weren't purchased directly through Steam. So if you had bought a code from Good Old Games, a Humble Bundle, anything like that, you could not write a review on Steam. Then they decided to change it again, and now the way the reviews work is that you can still put a review on the page if you obtained your copy outside of Steam, but it will no longer be considered in the overall score of the review. So while this has effectively stopped the fraudulent reviews that Valve was trying to prevent, it's also alienated anybody who buys their games mostly through an auxiliary site and then activates them on Steam. Because, for example, say I wanted to leave a Steam review about Cluster Truck, I could, but it would not be counted to the overall score since we had a code for that game. So Valve has admitted that the review system is still a work in progress, that they're going to change the whole helpful/unhelpful dynamic next, but they haven't said anything about the people who are sort of caught in the crossfire of this more or less ban on effective reviews based on digital copies of the game bought outside of Steam.
That's really shitty if you're like an indie developer and you're doing everything normally.
Yeah.
And it's silly that Valve has this review thing in place and calls it a work in progress. And it's like your work in progress affects people's livelihoods.
Yeah.
Fix it.
It's left a lot of people out in the cold, but I doubt we're going to see a fix for that anytime soon, knowing how Valve can be about things like this. Although they
it doesn't prevent people gaming like the system and like reviewing No Man's Sky like terribly. And it's like that game's not terrible. It's just not what you thought it was. Like
the review system's a huge mess, but unfortunately, it's a very influential huge mess. So just people flipping through Steam pages just see like the overall kind of positive, negative sort of thing. And I know I've based stuff of like if I put a game on my wish list based on stuff like that before. So
especially with smaller games,
like Michael said, if you're an indie developer, it kind of leaves a huge effect on what you can do in terms of getting legitimate criticism on your game and feedback. So that's pretty much that. There's not much else that I have to add that Michael or Niall that y'all haven't said. It's really unfortunate, and I hope they do something about it, but I'm not always very optimistic about these kinds of things.
They should get a group of people together, and they'll be called Valve Heroes, and those people go around and moderate all the reviews.
Oh my god! No.
Anyway, that's the Valve news, or part of the Valve news for this week. Anyway, so
Michael, would you like to do yours?
Yeah, sure. Hey, you remember that No Man's Sky game? Remember how like Sean Murray was like, this game's gonna have everything, and everyone was like, yay, and then the game came out and it was like, this game doesn't have everything, and everyone was like, it's the worst thing ever, it's like this and then Hitler on the worst things ever list. Well, Shuhei Yoshida, who is the president, I think, of Worldwide Operations?
I believe so, yes.
I think that's his title?
I think so.
I don't remember. He spoke to Eurogamer at TGS, and they asked about that. They asked, like, kind of what went wrong and what he thought about the fans' reaction to the game. And to be fair to Shuhei, who I really like Shuhei Yoshida, I think he's very good at his job. But and to be fair to this quote, he said like that he liked No Man's Sky, that he was playing it, and he was enjoying it. But he essentially said that Sean Murray and Hello Games didn't have great PR strategy, and it was because he didn't have a PR person helping him, and called him, in the end, he is an indie developer. Kind of a shitty thing to say, considering they were publishing the game and invited the man on their E3 stage, and
probably could have spared a PR person.
Maybe. Any of that would have helped him. Especially since, like, they are an indie studio and at one point had less than 10 people. Maybe a PR person would have had Sean Murray working harder on the game, and he could have put more stuff in it. Maybe that would have helped him and its PR. So it's kind of shitty that, like, Sony's been really not great at the PR stuff lately, and it's just like a list of a lot of little things that have been happening with them, and this was just another one of those kind of, what is in the water at Sony? Like, did their TV suddenly like leak out gas that makes you bad at PR? The fuck. So that's it. That's all there is. It sucks for Hello Games because it's hard to blame Sean Murray for being passionate about the thing he's working day and night on. It is difficult to say that he is in the wrong. He is totally in the wrong, but to fucking throw him underneath the bus from like a multi-million-dollar maybe even billion-dollar company that helped publish that game kind of shitty. So, that's it.
Alright, I think I'll do mine because it's dumb, and then Niall, you can do yours. Alright, if my mouse will stop freaking out. Oh my god, what is going on right now?
You want me to just do mine?
No, it stopped. Okay, so alert, Niall! Please put like a loud blaring siren that will make everyone go deaf. Right here.
Make it dead. Make crickets.
Okay.
Dead fucking silence.
We have our weekly Pokemon update. I think it's weekly. I don't really know.
We didn't do it last week.
Okay, then it's not weekly. Bi-monthly? Whatever. Who cares?
Occasional,
yes.
Daily.
It feels like it. We got some new Pokemon news. First off, new Pokemon, new monsters revealed. These new monsters are exclusive to the games. So in Pokemon Sun...
What else? Wait.
Exclusive
You mean
to
they're not in other games?
Shut the fuck up and let me explain. I swear to God, let me talk. So each game has exclusive monsters, like every other Pokemon game before it. That's what I meant. So in Pokemon Sun, you can catch...
Come on, John, you got this.
You can catch Passimian, which is a small monkey-looking Pokemon that is a fighting type, and it carries around berries and fruit that it throws at its enemies. There's also a Lycanroc midday form, which, if you remember the
What
little
are
rock...
the words that you just said?
Lycanroc.
Lycanroc.
Midday form. All right.
Yeah. So if you recall earlier, they revealed that like little puppy-looking Pokemon called Rockruff, which is the rock type like dog Pokemon. Well, in Pokemon Sun, it evolves into a pretty standard like wolf-looking Pokemon called Lycanroc. But in Pokemon Moon, it will evolve into Lycanroc Midnight form, which looks more like a werewolf.
It's that good shit.
And it just... I'm sure a lot of other people have said this, but it just looks like Iori from King of Fighters. It looks like his persona, and it's kind of weird. And then the other Pokemon that you can get in Pokemon Moon, which is, like, I guess kind of the, like, brother Pokemon to Passimian, is called Oranguru, which is this orangutan Pokemon that has a fan, and he just looks all chill. He's normal and psychic type. And he has a move called Instruct that when you use it, if an opponent uses a move, if you're in a double battle and your opponent uses a move that the Pokemon next to Oranguru can learn, he will teach it to them for one turn and then they can use it. So some other little things like some of the other Pokemon have new Z moves. Pikachu has a move where basically the trainer just throws Pikachu at the opponent's Pokemon and it's fucked up. And Eevee has a move where it summons all of its evolutions and they all shoot a beam at Eevee and then it becomes more powerful. And it just reminds me of Mega Man's Final Smash. And the last bit of Pokemon news is... well, actually, there's two things. I almost forgot something. They're bringing character customization back from X and Y. It skipped the Ruby and Sapphire remakes, but you're going to be able to customize your clothes, your hair, and I'm pretty sure you can choose your skin tone. So don't quote me on that because I can't remember because a lot of the official art is just using the white trainers, but I could have sworn I saw different skin tones in the game before.
Yeah, I feel like I did too, but I'm not sure. So,
but yeah, you're going to be able to customize your clothing and hair a lot more than you could in X and Y, which is pretty cool. And there's one more thing called Pokemon Refresh, which it's a little different from Pokémon from the old games where you're just like petting your Pokemon and giving them treats. In Pokemon Refresh, you can feed them Pokebeans to make them like you more, and by petting them, it will also make them more affectionate. But there are also little tools in Pokemon Refresh that let you heal poison or paralysis. So if your Pokemon is poisoned or paralyzed, you can, or maybe also healed or something like that, or excuse me, asleep or something like that, you can heal them, and you don't have to go all the way back to the Pokemon Center. So it's a lot easier than having to, like, just stock up on a bunch of potions and revives and all that stuff. I mean, I don't think you can wake up a Pokemon from getting knocked out, but, you know, you don't need to have a bunch of, like, healing items. It's just like, oh, I could just pet my Pokemon for a minute and then it'll be okay. So that's nice. But other than that, yeah, that's the Pokemon update. Thanks for listening. Niall.
Okay, so I'm going to do my best to skirt around incriminating video game choo-choo in any way in this report, because you'll see why. So allegedly, an indie developer which allegedly sued a well-known video game critic for allegedly bringing harassment and libel against them for making false claims and overly harsh criticism back at the start of the year, has now taken it one step further and have subpoenaed one of the major game distribution platforms on PCs for the user identification of over 100 users of the service. You can probably guess which major game distributor I'm talking about, but no names because these people are very litigious and I don't want to get John sued. So after they subpoenaed for those 100 users' identification so that they could sue them for leaving negative reviews of their shovelware games.
Alleged shovelware.
Alleged shovelware games, which allegedly made me vomit when we played them on a live stream because the frame rate was so bad. I allegedly vomited because of an allegedly bad frame rate. They have now allegedly decided that they are going to sue the game distribution platform in addition to that, because apparently they don't understand that the contracts which developers sign up for allow said platform to remove games from sale for any reason at any time, which is what happened to them.
Yes.
Although the platform in question, which may or may have not been mentioned by Ryan earlier.
Maybe.
Allegedly. Did so because said developer was allegedly being hostile to its customers. So yeah, this developer is now, between its lawsuit against the well-known video game critic and the 100 users that it is subpoenaing, is well over $30 million in damages that it's seeking. So one could assume that it will probably rise to over 50 should they actually go ahead with attempting to sue the distribution platform. Said developers are also currently threatening to sue members of a Reddit subreddit, which is dedicated to the games critic in question, have apparently threatened to sue other YouTubers, or at least made threats or threatening statements towards them. Wouldn't be surprised if they're going to come after more people. They allegedly threatened one Mike Casamano when he reported the news back a few months ago on the original case, that he would be sued for reporting it. So, like I said, this is all allegedly happening. We won't say for sure, and we won't name any names. But don't try and game the system and then sue people when it backfires on you, I guess, is the moral of the story.
Also, the moral of the story is sue Mike Casamano as often as you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's also true.
Take them for all
Suing
they're worth.
Which isn't a lot.
Suing Valve or Steam or GOG or any sort of like large site just seems like computer murder to me. Like, yeah.
Totally. And this developer is taking these cases pro se, which is another way of saying they don't have a lawyer. They're doing
Allegedly
this
don't have a lawyer.
Allegedly don't have a lawyer. Are allegedly seeking representation, but have not actually.
Allegedly, that's a bad idea.
And allegedly could potentially be termed a vexatious litigant, which is
It's such
I
a good
believe,
term. I
another way of-
just love the way it
which-
sounds. Vexatious litigant.
Yeah, which would essentially throw out all their cases and prevent them from ever taking another case to the courts. So this is all allegedly.
I allegedly have my
say that.
fingers crossed that that'll happen, but you know.
It probably will, because when you have more, or 3 or more, 4, 5, 6, however many they're threatening to do, multi-million-dollar lawsuits in the courts for pretty frivolous reasons, that sounds like a pretty good way to get kicked out of court, basically.
All right. Thank you for allegedly reporting on that, Niall. Let's move on to a big bundle of questions. We allegedly have quite a few.
Yeah,
So- Michael, tell us where the good people could send their questions.
Do you want to take that break now?
Oh yes, that's right. Okay, yeah, we'll be right back after a short pee-pee poo-poo break. Thank you. Michael, where would you like to send those fine listeners so they can give us questions?
Allegedly, you can email us by emailing podcast@videogamechoochoo.com, or allegedly, you can send questions to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ASK.
Wonderful.
Allegedly.
The A stands for allegedly.
The S stands for sludgedly.
Allegedly questions.
K
The
questions.
K stands for
Questions.
kill me, baby.
You're
Allegedly submit questions.
Your allegedly
There you go.
submitted questions would sound allegedly a lot like this. Anonymous allegedly asked,
Oh my
have your
God.
parents ever walked in on you playing video games at a really awkward moment?
That's a great question.
I probably have the least offensive one. When I was a kid, when my mom first saw, like, GoldenEye, when you die and the blood drips down. Of course, now it just looks like just a sheet of off-color red. But at the time, she was not too happy that I was playing that game.
Yeah, I remember this one's pretty tame too, but it's the only one I can think of. I remember when I played the first Kingdom Hearts for the first time, my parents walked in at the very end boss fight where you're fighting Ansem, and he's there like shirtless, like darkness is the heart's true essence, with like Billy Zane's voice, and they're like, oh, I was like, yeah, the rest of the game isn't like this, but it was just, I remember it being awkward in like a
I
weird
thought this
way.
was a Disney game.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's the only one I can think of. So
Niall, do you have one?
Not really while playing a game, but I guess the closest I can think of is when I came home and I had the copy of Catherine I bought, which, has that cover, and I kind of had to explain it, but never while actually playing a game, I don't think.
Yeah, I can't think of anything where I was actually playing a game, but I can think of one game-related thing off the top of my head and an anime thing, because that one's pretty funny.
sure.
So, the game-related thing was I before I started going to E3, I would always watch it on G4 or whatever, or Spike or whatever they were showing it on TV in the living room. Because basically, when it was E3 week, I was like, listen, parents, I'm getting the big screen TV, I'm watching the game reveals, I'm watching the coverage, I'm eating snacks, I'm not doing my homework. This is me time this week.
Sure.
And I just remember when they revealed Far Cry 3, and the first reveal of Far Cry 3, they had like some lady like gyrating naked on top of the main character.
Yeah, I remember that.
I just remember sitting there like, and honestly, like, my parents weren't paying attention, so I remember them not saying anything or like doing anything, but I just remember being like, oh fuck, like and the anime thing was I think, I don't remember how long ago this was, but I just remember I tried to watch Soul Eater.
I've seen some of that show, yeah.
Yeah.
Show.
So I tried to watch Soul Eater. I wasn't really into it, but you know, whatever, different strokes. But first,
I know exactly.
Yeah,
what you're
me
talking
too.
about.
first episode of that show. There is a sexy witch lady who
Isn't she like a cat girl or something?
She's also kind of a cat girl. Yes,
Yeah,
Of course she is.
It's listen.
It's gratuitous.
Just tell your story.
It's great, but so there's a part where she's just bathing and she's singing and her boobs are almost out, and that was when my mom decided to walk in with some laundry, and I remember just sitting there, just sitting and just being like, "Yep." And I mean, she didn't really say anything. She didn't really react. I think I don't know why, but maybe she just kind of expected that of I don't know if it was of me or if it was of anime, because
Both. Both.
Yeah, I think it was both, because I've told her like about some dumb shit that happens in anime before. Some, maybe she at least trusts me enough, but maybe she shouldn't, knowing me. But yeah.
To be fair, Soul Eater is relatively tame with that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's far worse stuff you could have been looking at.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's all I could think of.
All right. Anonymous asks, if Duke Nukem
Oh, Christ.
were added as a hero in Battleborn, would you buy the game? We worked really hard on it, and we really need the money. Please, Randy stole all our paychecks to donate to LOL streamers with low cut tops. We're desperate.
Who the fuck is Randy?
Randy Pitchford.
Oh,
Randy Pitchford.
shit. Yeah, that's right. Okay. No, I would not. Nothing could get me to play that game. So
I don't know if any of you played Battleborn.
No.
I own Battleborn. I got it. In my defense, it was part of a humble
yeah,
bundle.
that's true.
All right. Have you played much of it?
I played about an hour and a half of it, and it is terrible.
Yep, that's how much I played. It has like
I played the campaign, though, by the way. I
Oh.
didn't play the multiplayer because my internet isn't fast enough to play multiplayer. I played the campaign.
I only played the beta. I think I played a multiplayer or a campaign mission and like 2 multiplayer missions. The like tertiary dialogue, like the side dialogue, is very gearboxy. Like it is claptrap. It is like so.
Sounds bad.
Though Duke may be missing,
Yeah.
and for good reasons, his shit-stained spirit lives on.
Great.
The only thing I think of when I think of Battleborn now is one time I had to stop by GameStop to pick up one of those little cards for the rare Pokemon that they were giving out this year. And as I got out of my car, I looked to my right, and there was a woman in her car, like, furiously eating a, like, Chinese takeout with a limited edition Battleborn, like, the big-ass, like, collector's box with a statue next to her.
No.
Like, open,
Oh, no.
like, and I was just, like I felt like I had to get out of there. Like, I was like, oh, this is a cursed area right now. This is a PvP zone. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
That's like the most depressing visual. Oh, God.
It was really bad.
She could probably buy that limited edition for like $20 right now.
Yep. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, so who knows when she bought that, but
Maybe she's just had it since day one and just rides around with it in her car at all times.
Covered
She's
in
the
Chinese
one
food.
Battleborn fan.
Yeah.
Anonymous asks, where is Chad Warden?
Who?
I have an answer
He's,
to this question.
He's in John's house.
No. No, he's not in my house.
Whose house? John's house. Go ahead.
Okay, so for those of you who don't remember, I will remind you, Chad Borden was that guy who made that YouTube video back when the PS3 and Wii were coming out, where he was like, "Sup, bitches, this is Chad Borden." And then he talked about how the PS Triple was better than the Wii, because the Wii was gay or something, and he said that WarioWare was WarioWare Shove It Up Your Own Ass game, and, just kept calling the Wii Remote a dildo, which is especially funny considering that a couple years later they came out the PS Move, and that actually looks like a dildo. But, so the actual answer to where is Chad Warden is, after a little while, he eventually came out and was like, "Oh, Chad Warden is a character. I'm not actually like that. I'm nice." But then, like, a couple years later, he started up a new Twitter account where all he does is he just continues to post in that character, and he's trying really hard to get Sony to, like, bring him on for E3 or an ad or something.
He's trying to be the new Kevin Butler, basically.
Basically, but he's still, like, calling the Wii U gay and, like, shit like that, and Sony's just like, "We definitely don't want you to be on an ad because you're just going to call something gay, and it's 2016, my guy."
Yeah.
So, that's what he's doing right now. If you want to see him talk about shoving things up your own ass, he's on Twitter. I don't know what his Twitter handle is, but I remember following it for a little while because I was like, "Oh, this is funny." I remember watching this video, and that's stupid from when I was a kid, and then I was like, "Oh, this is just really depressing and, like, dumb."
Yeah.
Anonymous asks, how many skeleton-themed graphic tees do you own? Allegedly own.
I know I have at least one. I have one that I haven't worn since I was, like, in high school, but it's like an X-ray of, like, my ribs, or, quote-unquote my ribs, because, know. I also seem to remember having some Halloween shirt when I was younger that had, like, a skeleton on it, but I wouldn't know where that is now. So I have a shirt that has Mothman on it. That's kind of cool, I guess.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah. But that's it for me.
I think I have some metal band shirts that have skeletons on them. I'd have to go look.
Yeah.
But band shirts are sometimes terrible like that.
Yeah.
I don't have any. Niall?
I don't have any currently, but when I might actually still have it in my house somewhere, but I used to have a Chris Benoit wrestling shirt that had a skeleton on it, which,
Yeah.
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 Anonymous asks, could I please hear all your Bart Simpson impersonations?
No.
I've only ever watched, like, a few episodes of The Simpsons, so I guess I can try my hand since I'm obviously the most qualified.
Alright.
What's a good Bart Simpson catchphrase I can use?
Devour my pants. That's a classic.
Okay. So like, I gotta get in the mood, gotta pretend like I've got the red shirt, and I'm like, "Hey man, devour my pants." Is that good?
Yeah, that's great.
Is that what Bart sounds like?
That's perfect.
Hey, it's me, Bart Simpson from The Simpsons. Don't have a cow, friend. I mean, that's pretty close, right?
Hello, compatriot. Do not give birth to a bovine.
Anonymous asks, remember Cookie Clicker? That was fucked up.
You know what? I do remember Cookie Clicker, because back when Cookie Clicker was a thing, I made a Tumblr post that was the scene from Rugrats where Stu is making pudding at 4 a.m, and I edited it to say, "Stu, why are you cooking cookies at 4 a.m?" with, like, the cookie on it and everything. And I hate it, because somehow that still gets notes, even though it's 2016. Like, it got, like, 20,000 notes, like, when Cookie Clicker was a thing, but, like, every now and then people will still, like, reblog it. And I'm like, what? Why the fuck would you... What gives you...
Cookie Clicker is not that old. It's not, like, crazy old.
3 years old? It's gotta be, like, 3 years old.
That's old... For something like Cookie Clicker, that's old enough for me to be like, there's no reason to, like, resurrect this meme about it, I guess.
Oh, no, sure, yeah. But...
It's old in the grand scheme of things.
It's old on the internet.
Yes.
In the grand scheme of
thank
things.
you. But yeah,
that's a callback.
I do remember Cookie Clicker.
I mean, it's not like this used to all be forest and orange groves, like, is 3 years ago. Like, yes, you should remember 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's not that long. Come on.
Yeah.
This ain't, like, accurately saying what year Roland came out, which you were exactly on, the year 2000. That was kind of
Yeah,
creepy.
because I looked it up on Wikipedia when I was putting it into my project. So,
okay.
yeah.
Cheater. Anonymous asks, if you could take any existing game and slap a license on it, what would you pick?
I actually have an answer for this.
Okay.
A good one too.
Sure, go ahead.
I would take a Musou game, like one of the Dynasty Warriors games, and I would take out all the Romance of the Three Kingdoms stuff, and I would replace it with a real saga, a real epic saga of 3 days, 3 acres,
Oh my
and
god.
3,000 men.
Oh
Holy
my god.
fuck.
The great outdoor fight,
Please.
the video game.
That sounds really good.
That sounds
You
amazing.
can be all your favorite characters. You can be Roast Beef. You can be Son of Rodney, Sound and Motion, Fancy
Latino
Mark
health
Clancy,
crisis.
the Latino health crisis. If you beat the game on the hardest difficulty, you can be Philippe. You can,
Yeah.
and it's a proper 72-hour
Oh my god.
story. You have to play through all 72 hours.
Oh,
to beat it.
you're
have to
making
survive.
you're making me a little excited over here, Niall. I don't think I can come up with a good follow up to that. To be frank, so
Yeah, holy shit. That was...
That was premeditated. You would have thought of that before. That is not a thought you would just come up with.
I thought of that when I saw the question. I was like,
I have an answer,
on it
but
since we
it's
started.
I have an answer, but it's nowhere near as good.
sure.
Like, it is actually boring in comparison.
I mean, what isn't?
Yeah. Mine would just be like a Crusader Kings Game of Thrones thing, which they have mods for it, so.
Sure.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a conversation I've had with my friend that I do my radio show with, but now that I'm being put on the spot, I can't think of anything. So
Sure. John, anything?
I don't know if this would count per se, but it's less like a slapping of a license, but it's more just like a mashup. For the longest time, I've always wanted there to be a mashup of Pokemon and the other Nintendo games in which you could in which
Catch
you could
Mario.
no, like not
Go,
Mario.
use your fireball.
I mean like
Trap Waluigi.
no, like the enemies. Like, catch a
Okay.
Koopa Troopa, catch a Waddle Dee. Like, I don't know, I think that'd be kind of cute.
What if you, like, took Pokemon and the other Nintendo games, and they could all fight each other, and then it played terribly, and then, like, you released one of the games, and the people loved it so much that they don't shut up about it, even though new games in that series come out.
sounds pretty
Michael,
wild for a hypothetical situation. Like,
Yeah.
That's really specific for something that you just allegedly came up with.
I mean,
Wow.
you know, I have a vivid imagination. Anonymous
Yeah.
asks, if you had the chance to remake a bad game and hopefully improve it, what game would you choose?
No Man's Sky.
Sure.
God, Niall is just knocking it out of the park tonight.
Brink 2. I want it.
Oh,
I don't even want a remake. I just want... Not even Brink... Like, I don't even want the Brink license, though I kind of do. Make that game good.
make Brink
Better.
good. Yeah,
Make
how much is
better.
Brink on Steam right now?
it doesn't matter.
Too
Come
much.
on. Don't do this to yourself.
Yeah, they don't give you money for downloading it, so it's not worth it.
It is $7.99 on Steam.
Too much.
Sounds like a lot. Holy shit.
Like 99 cents. That's worth it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we've gotten this asked before, and I've said it again, but Dark Void.
Dark
That
Void.
game-
Sure.
Yeah, have you? I don't know. Yeah, it's a semi-obscure.
like-
What were you saying, Niall?
I was going to say, I feel like you've talked about it before on the show.
Yeah.
I definitely have. It's like my favorite game that I wish was good, but it wasn't, especially because like the PR team really liked me.
Yeah.
They sent me gifts one time
Yeah,
when I was in middle school.
didn't you get like a T-shirt from them or something like that?
Yes,
said-
you have
Yeah.
you have said this story before,
Yeah,
not that
but-
long ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, yeah, that's still my choice because there's a great idea there. It's basically the Rocketeer game. You're just like flying around in a jetpack, shooting motherfuckers down. It's awesome. Like, there are some really great moments in that game.
Sure.
But then when you're not flying around, it sucks.
You have talked about Dark Void before. Please. On this
like
podcast.
A month ago.
Yeah.
There's
like
new
within
listeners.
weeks.
People came on after 69 too. They're not going to listen to the old episodes. They want me to go back. They want me to remind them.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Any bad games? Because we still have questions, and John's gonna fucking talk about Dark Void for 30 hours.
Yeah,
I have a few.
Again.
I have a few, but I'm looking at my Steam library. So the first one that pops out is that Evil Genius game, because I really like the concept of you being like this Venture Brothers style cartoon villain and like building your base and stuff like that. But that game's not very good. So
Yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah,
that's another good idea that just wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Captured.
So.
Anonymous asked, do you think Yoda was hot when he was younger?
I kind of thought about this on my way back from class today because I took a sneak peek at this question. The answer I came up with was no. I am firmly convinced. I am firmly convinced that Yoda came out of the womb looking like a green version of E.T.'s ball sack. So no, I do not think Yoda was ever hot. Unless you're into what he looks like now, then relatively he was hot. But for my taste, I don't think that man was ever fuckable. So there's your answer.
Yoda's ever aged. I can't imagine Yoda looking any different.
Yeah, he's like 900 years old, but
yeah, but I'm saying like he just always looked like that.
I feel like that's accurate.
When he was the puppet in the first prequel, he looked younger, and then they replaced him with CGI. And then he just looks like Yoda.
See, I'm imagining Yoda without wrinkles, and it's just like terrible.
It's just
the
Kermit.
worst thing. Yeah, he's like a goblin.
It's just fucking Kermit.
Smooth Yoda.
I love that. I love that. Fuck it. Just keep moving
Anonymous
on.
asks,
Smooth Yoda featuring Santana by Matchbox 20. That's what I was thinking of. There we go.
Anonymous asks, since we've already covered wrestling, what type of anime character would each of the Chooch crew be? We need to bust through these.
Okay.
So John, we're gonna start with John. John, what kind of anime character are you?
I would be the idiot boy who smells.
All right, I don't know what anime that is, but sure, Ryan.
Naruto.
I'm whichever anime character gets to eat the good-looking anime food. So
Naruto.
Sure. I can't believe all four of us would be Naruto.
We haven't found out yet. Niall, which one would you be?
Probably Naruto.
Oh, it's a really good and unique choice. I think I want to be one who wears like a headband that has like a leaf on it.
So Sasuke.
Sasuke.
Yeah. He's really cool.
Anonymous asks, how do you feel about games like Shenmue or Deadly Premonition that place emphasis on the mundane aspects of life?
My opinion on this question is kind of mixed because I've never played Shenmue, but I love Deadly Premonition to death, but I'm not sure how much of that is the game itself and how much of that is the fact that it's Twin Peaks the game. Like, it's hard for me to, like, parse that out mentally. So, like, I like the concept of it, but it has to be executed either very well or very poorly. So
yeah, like
then you'd like Shenmue because that is executed very poorly.
Yeah, and like Grand Theft Auto, I'll even stop at stoplights, and I'll do like the little mundane tasks, but I don't do it all the time, and I won't do it in story missions. I don't know, and I wouldn't call Deadly Premonition mundane.
No.
Yeah,
maybe
I mean
some of the stuff, but Shenmue isn't just mundane. It's fucking obtuse and fucking a pile of fuck. Anyways,
I could get into a debate about the mundane aspects of Deadly Premonition, but I can't because we're so far behind. So let's just keep moving.
I was just gonna say like another game that's kind of that would maybe be like Yakuza because Yakuza is like the evolution of Shenmue, but.
There's not much mundane about Yakuza.
Yeah, it's very off the rails. It's like the mundane lives of fucking insane, crazy, powerful dudes who fight tigers and shit. Like, it's mundane to them.
Sure. I mean, you do go to like the Sega arcade and you look at the magazines at the little marts, but
Yeah.
You then get in a tussle in the fucking street and slam people.
And then the tower blows up and money rains down from it, and then some...
Spoilers for Yakuza 1, Yakuza 2, Yakuza 3, Yakuza 4, Anonymous, allegedly spoilers. I don't want to actually ruin it. Anonymous asks, what would you consider to be the best moments in video game choo-choo history, i.e. moments that would convince someone to subscribe to your podcast?
Listen, I know we're like 140...
I don't remember this podcast.
Yeah,
we're done.
I know we're like 140 episodes in, but I still think it might be a little early to take a victory lap on this podcast.
Greatest podcast ever.
Yeah.
The time that Michael and John explained various US fast food restaurants to me.
Well, that is a good episode.
Yeah.
Or maybe the time Michael read the shitty, angsty poems from Persona 4. That was good.
I don't remember that.
I do.
I vaguely remember that.
The Yonoid 2 pitch was pretty good, too.
That was good. See, Niall, you're on, like, the outside of this. Like, you've heard all these episodes. Like, you've heard the editing process. So, like, I think you're more qualified to choose than any of us are.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Niall that especially that fast food one where we're explaining the differences between like Olive Garden and Bennigan's and
Club Applebee's.
And I think that's the name of the episode, correct?
I think so. It's something Applebee's.
Yeah, it's episode 70 something, I believe.
Yeah.
I think Tiny Boy is definitely up there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good.
If you Google video game choo-choo Applebee's, it's your first result, episode 77.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, Tiny Boy's the only thing I remember recently.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe the bit where John was trying to get you guys to guess what game he'd played.
Yeah. that was good too. All right, we need to stop jerking ourselves off over here and move on with these questions.
I'm going to wrap this up with one more question. You can send questions to podcast@videogamechoochoo.com, or you can allegedly go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask and allegedly ask us alleged questions that we'll allegedly answer.
Yeah.
Like this. Anonymous wraps us up, puts a cherry on top, and covers us with whipped cream by saying, what kind of game would you want to be the main character of? Thank you, everyone who sent us questions.
Is this different than the question where we got asked what game world we wanted to be in?
Yes, because this one you're the main character. You don't want to live in this world. You're the hero of this world. No, it's no different. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Something
Any
cool.
David Cage game.
Sure.
Why? Because you're like some possessed murderer and someone's running around screaming, Jason! Constantly.
Yeah, but they're good games.
Debatable.
Talk about the mundane fucking efforts of life. Pokemon. I want to be a fucking 10-year-old who collects shit and beats trainers and defeats crime syndicates.
Yeah, that sounds pretty radical.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Michael.
I was just going to say pretty much any game because they're all power fantasies.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I've actually always wanted to be learn how to bartend. So maybe like Valhalla, even though the world of that game isn't great. Like, I'd know how to mix drinks, and that'd be kind of cool. So,
are there other bartending video games?
You can play as a bartender in Space Station 13, but that's the only thing I can think of. So
there's stuff like what's that game called? Tap.
Yeah, John Tapper's
Root
Bar
Beer
Simulator.
Root Beer Tapper. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Which is beer in other places.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I wish there was a fucking John Taffer bartender.
There should be. John Taffer management game.
Yeah.
There you go.
John Taffer Tycoon.
Cocktails the Game. That's what I want. Starring Tom Cruise. Maybe someone should make that.
No.
Yes,
they shouldn't.
All right. That will do it for this week. If you didn't get your questions answered, we'll keep some of them that we didn't answer this week. But thanks so much for listening. We have some reviews up on the site. Michael has a sorcery review. I might be streaming soon. We're going to try to do another video maybe. Niall, you said that you were going to try to get that Persona thing. No worries, but no pressure, but do what you can. But yeah, keep checking the site for more news, reviews, and coverage of the hottest games.
Hell yeah.
You know it.
Hottest games. Lip-smacking alleged games.
We almost made it through a whole episode.
Yeah, we came close.
Lip-smacking was the fucking... we were done when that happened.
Dead on arrival.
Absolutely.
At least, whatever.
All right.
It's just on this.
Join us next week for another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. I mean, if you can even do it after this.